Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshini. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism, O goddess contained in the 18 chapters, O my affectionate mother, my salutations to you. I meditate upon you, the destroyer of rebirth. Now, salutations to Sri Krishna. Vasudeva sutam devam kansa-chanura mardanam devakim paramanandam krishnam vande jagat gurum. O son of Vasudeva and the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, the extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And today, the 42nd verse, 42nd shloka of the Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the first adhyaya of the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is further talking to Sri Krishna on the evils of waging this war. Saṅkaro narakāyaiva kula-ghnānāṁ kulasya cha patanti pitaro eṣhāṁ lupta-piṇḍodaka-kriyāḥ. Arjuna is telling. Now Arjuna is bothered about the admixture of the castes also within the family. Because what is going to happen when majority of the main folk are going to be killed in the battle, when there is this kulasya, the destruction of the family lineage, the women folk, they will be forced to become corrupt. They will lose their morality. They will become immoral and they will not follow any of the norms of which caste to marry which caste and all those things. There will be admixture of the caste. The woman will go become immoral and they won't have any control. So, with this admixture of castes, now Arjuna is further elaborating how that saṅkara, varna saṅkara is detrimental, going to be detrimental. Arjuna says, saṅkaraha narakāyaiva. And this saṅkar, this admixture of caste is will also be like creating a hell. Hell for whom? Hell for kula-ghnānāṁ kulasya cha. Kula-ghnānāṁ is those who are the destroyers of the families. We are going to kill all those people. So, it will be hell for the destroyers of these families, and also cha is and kulasya, and also hell for the families which are remaining behind after the massacre of all these warriors. So it will be hell. And then what will happen? Patanti pitaro eṣhāṁ. Patanti is fall down. Falling of pitaraha. Of pitaraha is forefathers, ancestors. What way they will fall? Patanti pitaro eṣhāṁ. Eṣhāṁ is verily, it will be their downfall of the ancestors of the forefathers. Why? Lupta-piṇḍodaka-kriyāḥ, because with this admixture of castes, it will abolish the system of offering. Lupta is vanishing. Piṇḍodaka-kriyāḥ. offering. Kriyaha is action. Action of offering what? Pinda. Pinda is food. Actually, in the technical term is the rice balls which are offered to the ancestors. Pinda. And udaka is water. So the offerings of food and water to these ancestors, which are waiting there in the in certain plane to be reborn, till such time their subtle bodies need to be fed with something, and the descendants, they offer these rice balls and water as a token of offering to those forefathers for as libations. So now Arjuna is bringing out this new point to convince Krishna that let us get out of this war. He says, hell is verily the lot of the family and the family destroyers because of this caste admixture. For with this caste admixture, their ancestors fall deprived of mains, cakes, the rice balls, and libations, and the offerings of food and water. The ancestors, they get deprived of it. Now, Swami Chidbhavananda ji has further explained this particular action of piṇḍodaka-kriyāḥ, that is the offering of food and water to the ancestors, to the forefathers who have departed. The departed happen to stay for some time in the region of the mains before they resume another birth. Libations offered to them by their descendants have a toning effect on their dormant psyche. Now, there is this tradition that once the Atman departs the body, the subtle body of the Jivatman, till it gets merged into the Paramatma, it has to get into the cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. So once it departs from one body, it has to stay somewhere till it reaches, either it reaches Paramatman and there is a moksha, or the Jivatman has to take another body, take another birth. So till such time that the Jivatman is there sitting into the waiting room, awaiting the next birth, has to be fed, the subtle body. And that feeding is done in the form of the ceremonies of offering the libations, offering the food, rice balls and water, and then the dormant psyche is fed with these oblations, and then their future course of action, their next birth, is determined based on their condition of the psyche also, apart from their the past karmas that they have done. Of course, they will get the rebirth depending upon the karmas. But till the time that rebirth, they have to be fed on something, this Jivatman, which is hanging there around somewhere. So that goes in the form of this offered rice and offered water. And Arjuna's major worry is with this admixture of caste, this practice will get abolished. This practice nobody will follow, and then what will that Jivatma do who is hanging around in between? So Arjuna's now major worry is for those departed also. Forget about what is going to happen here on the earth, of the kulaksya and kulastri getting corrupt and getting into varna saṅkaro and all that. So that is also, so see how far-fetched Arjuna's imagination is. He is now worried about those forefathers and ancestors also. So that is what the 42nd Shloka has told us. And next we will see what further imagination Arjuna is going to get into in trying to convince Sri Krishna, let us back out. So that was 42nd shlok of Arjuna Vishad Yoga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.